Have been on a lot of people's minds for a little while here, deciding when we were going to do this. People wanting to know what's going on and what are we going to do. And so we take that very seriously. And you know, this whole thing started in an unfortunate way. We all know that. And the first meeting we had after the incident and all that went through, we had a team meeting, and this guy went in and talked to the players, and the players had a little bit of trepidation. They were like, you know, but you could just tell there was unease. And then as Coach English began to speak, and what he was saying kind of, you could tell that the whole atmosphere of the room changed. And, you know, not in that moment. I don't think they all really believed in him in that moment, but it was like they're going to give him a chance. And it's the same thing that we told him when it happened. We said, hey, man, you got the perfect opportunity here. Nobody gets this. Usually somebody gets a 45-minute interview, and that's it. And so you got to impress in that 45 to you know, hour-long interview. Well, this guy had an opportunity to interview for the whole season, and that's what we told him. It's like, here's the keys to the Ferrari. Let's see what you can do with it. Go drive it. And through that, I believe he proved that he was the right candidate for this job. He did come in and he interviewed for it, killed the interview. It's kind of funny that, you know, people think that he and I are buddies, that we hang out. I didn't meet him until he came to Hoover. But it just kind of shows God's providence and how things work. I got to spend some time with him outside of AD to coach role. I got to hang out with him as his kids were playing ball and his son was wrestling. I got to, you know, just sit and talk. Just nothing to do with school, just talk and get to learn about him. And I got to see how much that he loves Jesus, that he loves his family. And there's no doubt in my mind he's going to show that he loves this school and this community. He's already proven that this year. And so with that being said, and no, we're not going to keep dragging it on. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the next head football coach at Hoover High School, Coach Chip English.
Well, I appreciate it. Very thankful and humbled and honored to be in this position, and you know, a lot of people to thank and a lot of people to be appreciative of. One, my wife Heather, she's been amazing throughout this whole process. If I can't even count how many times we moved from college and into this profession, and she's been my #1 supporter the whole way. So I want to thank her. And my family, my 5 kids. My youngest is here tonight, but my oldest is down. He has the honor to play in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game tonight, so he reported to camp down there this morning. My daughter, the 9th grader, Tatum, she's at Clay Chalkville playing in a basketball game tonight. And then my other 2 are at home. Unfortunately, one is sick, so they missed it. They wanted to be here. We drag each other around every sporting event, everything, and so they've been everywhere. Supporting me. And next is Dr. Lamy. He said it over this course of this year. You know, we had to go through a lot, and we went through a lot together, and it was for the betterment of Hoover High School and the Hoover football program. And I fully believe in him and his support of me and this football program and allowing us to build this thing like it's supposed to be built. I can't thank him enough. Miss Hogan has been an incredible supporter, being at every game, being at every function that we have, in full support, and the continued support moving forward, and understanding how we have to build a staff and build connection with the community, and she's in full support of that. And obviously Dr. Maddox has been a great support over this year. I don't say this lightly. The #1 people that I thank are the players. And that's really what it's about. When we come to work every day, we don't interact with a computer. We don't interact with a football or a helmet. We don't interact with the weights. We interact with people. And that's really what I want to build this off of. One of my players is here tonight, and he always puts a smile on my face. And just excited about continuing this relationship and building that. The coaching staff this year, one person don't do this thing. And to say that one person does, you know, people are just misinformed. It takes a lot of people, not only from a school side, but also from a coaching staff. And this coaching staff this year has been an incredible support, not only to me, but the players. They came to work every day, sometimes in adverse situations, sometimes understaffed, sometimes not in the prime position to be successful. And ultimately, the coaching staff, myself, the players, we found a way to win in the toughest region in the state, and that's Region 3 and 7A. So I can't say enough about them, about the players, about the parents, about the boosters to come out and support like they did. And ultimately, we had an incredibly successful season. Not to say we didn't want to go all the way to the state championship, but nonetheless, that doesn't take away from winning a region championship. It doesn't take away from going deep in the playoffs. I just spoke this morning with an incredibly successful coach who actually just won a state championship a week ago, and he congratulated me and said, people don't realize how hard it is doing what we do and taking our teams as far as we did. And so I know the coaches realize that, but it just goes a long way to say how hard the players work, how hard the coaches work to get us where we got to this year. And I'm incredibly excited about the opportunity to build this thing up and ramp it up about 3 notches and take us even further to win state championships. I get to call Hoover High School home. I get to call it my place of work, and it is the best high school in the state and arguably in the country. The Hoover City school system has been just great to my family, and I get to witness the type of service and place that it is, not only to my kids personally, but my players, all right, my colleagues, my coworkers. It is the best place in Alabama. Needless to say, the success that we have on the football field with 23 region championships, 13 state championships, the most playoff wins in the state of Alabama from any other high school. We have the best academics. We have the best athletes. We have the best band. We have the best fine arts facilities. We have the best people. And I end with that by saying we get to go to work and be with people and be with the student athletes, right, that make us the best in the state. And we want to continue that. The standard is excellence and all we do. And I truly believe that. You look at our basketball program, you look at our soccer program, you look at our baseball, softball program, wrestling program. We are putting out state championships every single year, and we plan on doing that as a football program. We plan on getting back and adding that next state championship in the football column next year, and there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to be able to do that. Everything in football is simple. It's just that the simple things are very, very difficult. And that can't be further or more true, that when you come to work every day, our object or our goal, our mission every single day is very, very simple. Build, grow, and develop relationships with student athletes to allow them to be successful on and off the field. Now, the hard part about that is this consistency in which we have to come to work every single day and do that. And it's not always easy. There's always bumps in the road. There's always adversity. But that's part of the process, and it also which makes the game of football and all it entails the best game in the entire world. I truly believe that kids can grow, develop, and learn not only about football but about life as well. So I take that personal. I want to grow. I want to grow these young athletes. I want to make sure that when they're seniors and they walk out into the real world, they're better people, they're more mature, they're better citizens, they're better fathers, they're better husbands than they could ever be without playing the game of football. And I truly believe that. The big thing moving forward in this program, I believe, is the piece of connection. There has to be connection with the players. There has to be connection with the coaches. There has to be connection with teachers. There has to be connection with parents. There has to be connections with the community, our middle school program, our youth program. And I think sometimes that gets overlooked, but I can tell you that is my #1 priority when I go to work every single day, is to grow those connections in all facets of our program, including what I just mentioned. And so I can promise you this, those will be deliberate. Those will have my greatest attention from here until my end of my tenure here at Hoover. And I look forward to that. I look forward to meeting new people. I look forward to allowing people to come in and go be alongside me, parents, community leaders, school board members, principals, athletic directors, that we can grow this thing and ultimately at the end of the day produce great citizens and great people. And through that, I think we can win championships, a lot of them, by the way. All right, if they thought this year we did a good job, hold on, because I'm telling you, we can do a lot better, and we will moving forward. So with that being said, I see a lot of the media here and guys and gals that I spoke with throughout the year. One, I appreciate y'all. Anytime that y'all want to come out and cover the greatness of Hoover, I want you to be able to do that. So with that being said, any questions?
How much did you feel like this year was like a year-long interview? Not many people get that kind of opportunity.
No, I'm not sitting here saying that I didn't get a very unique opportunity to do that. And I'm a great believer that you have to get the most out of your team, or the most possible that you can get out of them. And I felt like we overall did that this year. I thought we could have won a couple more games, but overall we produced something. The product that we put on the field every single week was something to be very, very prideful of. And the guys went out and played lights out majority of the time, and it produced with a region championship, going to the third round and playing the defending state champions, to the last play. So very, very proud of that. Very, very, appreciative and honored and humbled to be in that position and have that unique opportunity. So.
Hey, Coach, Jonathan Hoffman with WBRC. Good to see you again.
Hey, man.
What were the players? How did they help you through this? I mean, this was kind of a tough spot to be thrown into. What can you say about them and kind of how they bought into what you guys are trying to do?
Very early on, we talked about going through experiences, and the guys that were in that locker room, players, coaches, they were the only people in that locker room. They're the only people that have to answer these certain questions. They're the only people that have to prepare every single day, every single week, and judged on 2 hours worth of performance on what they did all week long. And through those unique experiences together, right, a bond started to form where we were playing better and better each and every week. And I really thought we feel like it's us against the world. And when you come together and you're playing for more than just yourself, really special things happened, and we did that this year.
Coach R.L. Schaefer, CBS 42, congratulations.
Thank you.
You mentioned, the values that you have that you want to put into these student athletes, not only to develop them on the field, but off the field. But with your staff too, is that also important? Are you going to keep the same guys maybe from last year?
I've been doing this a long time, and I cannot remember a staff that stayed the exact same. And guys move on, they have opportunities, and we also know that we want to make sure that we outfit our staff with the best in the state, and I plan on doing that. And there's a lot of conversations that have already been had about some opportunities, about bringing some individuals in, and I can't thank enough, Dr. Lamy and Ms. Hogan. They understand that dynamic with a school this size. There's always going to be some turnover because people don't realize, not only does it have to fit your football staff, but it has to fit the teaching that happens in the school. And we take academics very, very seriously here at Hoover. And so not only are we going to get great coaches, we're also going to bring in great teachers and great people that can fulfill that role in the building too. So without a doubt, we're going to definitely bring in the brightest and the best to come in and help us with that staff.
Coach, Julie Mitchell, WBCM 13.
Yeah.
You kind of said there with the values you want to bring, building those football players and people on the field as well. I think the big word is culture.
Yeah.
How would you define, especially with you guys, the culture that you built and what you want to continue to grow?
Well, there's a resilience. There's a resilience when you come to work every day and you don't necessarily know the outcome, but you're willing to come to see, and a lot of it's the bond that you have with players and amongst each other. These guys have done a great job all year long of growing that bond and wanting to win, not necessarily for them, but for each other. About halfway through the year, we started breaking our huddle down on Hoover, not on anything else, because it is about Hoover, and these guys believing in themselves, this coaching staff believing in the team, that we can do whatever we set our mind to do, not because we just say it, but because we're willing to do what it takes every single day with consistency and determination and perseverance that has never been seen before. And through that dedication, through that sacrifice by the players and coaches and community, there's no doubt we can reach our goal, which we're not ashamed or we're not scared to talk about championships here at Hoover, and that's definitely the goal in front of us.
I guess to ask you as well, and a player in the building here.
Yep.
It's been said how much they believed in you kind of from day one and got to believe in you throughout the season. How much do you have one of them here and the belief they had in you for game one on?
It means a lot. I've had Gold in my room. I had the pleasure of coaching him not only as a head coach but as a position coach as well. And here's the thing. Trust isn't built in a day, right? Confidence isn't built in a day. It comes through consistency. And not only just showing up, but knowing that there's going to be a dedication every single day, right? It's easy to do something once. It's easy to come once a week and do something. But when you're willing to come to work, you know, I can't tell you how many times I saw 135 kids on the football field at 6 a.m. in the morning with lights on. And, you know, because of that willingness, and not only by Gold, but by our entire team, and you know, that shows you the commitment level, that shows you where that common goal and where we want to go. And so having him here, and listen, he's a born leader. He's a guy that, even if he wasn't here, he's a guy that's going to take over this program and take it to new heights. And I truly believe in him and his ability. And so, you know, it starts with me. It starts with the trust in me. It starts with building the team and having a plan and having a vision. But those guys, I can promise you that they're willing to do the work that it takes to win championships. And the good thing about this program and the people that we have here, we're talented enough to you know, reach our goals. And so I fully expect that sooner than later.
You mentioned bringing this program up 3 notches. What does that look like from your perspective over the next couple months until we talk to you before, I guess, during fall camp?
Well, it's the consistency level, right? And so there's a lot of time between now and August 21st or whenever we play. And so the biggest thing is bringing in certain people as far as staff to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to grow and develop these young athletes. And so coming January, the weight room will be different. You know what I mean? And going into the facility every single day, going into team meetings. The guys will walk in January 7th, and it'll feel different. And not because we tried to change or go away from our region championship, just because it's about to get intensified a lot more than what we saw even this year. And so I really believe in the people that I'm going to be bringing in. I believe in the school system and our ability to ramp this thing up. Anybody else? Guys, I really appreciate y'all coming. Anytime we have an opportunity to show what Hoover's about and what speaking our vision, I take great pride in that. So I want to invite you anytime you want to come out with our facilities, with our players. We have some of the best in the state, without a doubt. So I encourage you to continue to positively show the light on these young athletes, because they're doing great things every single day, not only on the field but in the classroom as well. So anytime you want to come around Hoover and show off, please do so. Thank you.